Rule number 1. In the repertoire of light orchestras and dance bands, pieces in foxtrot rhythm, so-called swing, are not to exceed 20%. Rule number 2. Strictly forbidden is the use of instruments alien to the German spirit, so-called cowbells, flexitone, brushes, etc., as well as all mutes which turn the noble sound of brass wind instruments into a Jewish Freemasonic yell, so-called wah-wah, in-hat, etc. Rule number 3. Prohibited are so-called drum breaks longer than half a bar in 4/4 beat, except in stylized military marches. Rule number 4. As to the tempo, too, preference is to be given to brisk compositions as opposed to slow ones, so-called blues. However, the pace must not exceed a certain degree of allegro commensurate with the Aryan sense for discipline and moderation. On no account will negroid excesses in tempo, so-called hot jazz, be permitted, or in solo performances, so-called breaks. Number 5, musicians are forbidden to make vocal improvisations, so-called scat. All light orchestras and dance bands are advised to restrict the use of saxophones of all keys and to substitute for them violin, cello, violas, or possibly a suitable folk instrument. So-called jazz compositions may contain, at the most, 10% syncopation. The remainder must form a natural legato movement devoid of hysterical rhythmic references, characteristic of the music of the barbarian races, and conducive to dark instincts alien to the German people, so-called riffs. Rule number 8. The double bass must be played solely with the bow in so-called jazz compositions. Plucking of strings is prohibited, since it is damaging to the instrument and detrimental to Aryan musicality. If a so-called pizzicato effect is absolutely desirable for the character of the composition, let strict care be taken lest the string is allowed to patter on the sordine, which is henceforth forbidden. Number 9. In the repertoire of this so-called jazz type, preference is to be given to compositions in a major key and to lyrics expressing joy in life, Kraft durch Freude, rather than Jewishly gloomy lyrics. Number 10. Provocative rising to one's feet during solo performance is forbidden.